Well, we're back on the truck. I've put it off long enough. So we're going to, I already run a little bit of paper over it. This is my long board, which works really well for going across it to get it smooth. And let's see, what grit paper am I using here? 320. So just to smooth it up, I mean, I haven't worked this for probably 6 months. So we'll clean it up. Yeah, we'll put some, what do I got? I've got some paint cleaner, or I mean, this is called Reducer. It's good cleaner. So I'll probably run that over it before I put any more filler on it. But you can kind of see, hopefully you can see some of the little craters and stuff that are in it. It's kind of hard to see on the camera, I guess. There's little pockets and stuff, but you can see the high areas right here, and it's pretty ripply. Right there's a low spot. These are high spots. This is a high spot. But I thought about hitting it with the torch and shrinking it, but if I do that, I'm afraid I'm going to get the oil can effect again. That was the problem I was having before. That's why I hit it so many times. You can see, and I didn't know what I was doing, obviously, but yeah, it just turned it into a major oil can. So I got it tightened up enough that most of that oil can, well, all that oil can's pretty much gone. So it's just now filling all the dips and things such as that. I mean, yeah, I'm getting more filler on it than I want, but that's it. That's me. Like I said, I am not a body man by any means, so I mean, we don't have any filler down here. Well, it could probably, yeah, it feels pretty good. Yeah, there's a high spot right here where this have to be taken down some, but it's just working it. So yep, I'm gonna do that, and I'll bring you back here and show you my progress. I'll show you how I mix. I got this board which is pretty slick. It's you can just tear the sheets off when you get the after you get done with your mix. You can just peel that sheet off, and you got a clean one to work on. Pretty slick. This is the stuff I've been using, this Maxi Light Superior Lightweight Body Filler, and it's not bad. It goes on nice and sands nice, but like I said, I haven't gotten into this can for a while, so I don't know what to expect, but we'll see. This is the stuff too that once I get it down to for a finer finish, I'll be putting this stuff on. It's just a real fine body filler. You squirt it out, and it's got a actuator that you put on in it too. So I already went through a bottle of that on the other door. It was like I was using way too much of that and not enough of this. And yeah, so I've got to do a little stirring here. Let me get me a stick. Anyway, like I said, I haven't touched anything for, I don't know, probably 3, 4, 5 months anyway. So everything is kind of, don't know how it's going to be. It's not too bad. Give her a little stir here, and then we'll put some on, and we'll put a little bit of hardener in it and mix it up. take it over there and slop her on the door. Got a bunch of applicators here that I've bought, and so it's hard to believe I've almost gone through a gallon of this stuff already, and all I've done basically is one door. It's one of those deals where you put a lot on, and or you put it on and you sand most of it off again, you know. So at least in my case, if I was a professional, I probably would be knowing better what to do. So anyway, we'll get so much nice. The temperature's a little bit cooler out, so we'll be it won't harden up as quite as quick or activate. But like I said, this is not fun for me. So I'm not one to, I like to clean up as I go. So anyway, there we go. Lid on that, get our cream hardener out. And I'd say it's always good to mix this stuff up because it does, it separates a little bit. So, and put a little bit on here. Sometimes I get a little bit too much on it. Sometimes I don't get enough. Let's see, maybe I'll use this hardener. I think this is the stuff I was using before. That little one. Yeah, they both work. Same difference, I guess. But anyway. Yeah, I didn't really want to do this, but it's like I have to. This is what makes me want to believe that I want to take that cab and have somebody else do it. It's just not fun for me. If it's not fun, you don't get it done. So let's squirt some of this on here and we'll see what it does. I don't know if that's too much or not enough. I don't know. Like I said, I'm all new with this. So I know if it's a light, real light blue, it's kind of what I've used in the past to be a gauge. Looks like I got too much in it now. This is what happens when you don't do it very much. You forget, you know, how much to put in it. And I know this, you gotta mix it. You gotta mix it good. So we'll get her all mixed up here, and you can see you can already see that the color is a little bit too blue. That filler on there is almost white. So but I like to wear gloves. I don't want to try to get this stuff, peel it off my hands at the end of the day. So I'm a sissy. Try to even scrape it off this mixing spatula, and you can see there's a lot of it needs to be mixed in too. So we'll take and mix that in with it and get it all. It's already, you know, she's starting to harden. It tells me I got too much hardener in it. So let me turn you around here. You can watch me apply it. Watch a goober in action. And it's starting to, this is my problem, see, is I get it, I mix it with too much hardener in it, and then I don't have any working time. So But we do the best we can with what we got. What I got ain't a whole lot. After I get this applied, then I take and you gotta wait, I don't know, 20 minutes or so. I can see right now I'm having issues. I'm getting like pockets in it. And the smoother you can get it when you're applying it, the easier it is to sand off. You can see that amount of filler that I mixed covered half the door. So that's why I go through so much filler. But just a little at a time, I guess. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mix up some more. This is a low spot over here. Just fill that side in, and then that way everything will be hardened at once. And I can go to it rather than waiting, you know, harden it up and sand it down and then mix some more up. And so yep, working body filler is, you think, oh, that's pretty easy. All you gotta do is smear it on and sand it off. Well, there's a lot to applying it too. It makes the job a lot easier when you sand it if you do it, you apply it properly too. So I probably work it too much is my problem. Well, you kind of get the idea, and see now my sheet is, I can scrape a lot of this off, and you got to get this stuff off here if you want to reuse this thing anyway. I don't know, some guys probably just pitch it and get a new one, but I don't. So I'll show you how this works. You just take the sheet and peel that off. That there. You got a clean pad to work with the next time. Get the stuff off the side here. And you're good to go. Just like that there. Let me stop you here. And well, it's all glopped on there. It's covered. Now we just have to wait for it to dry. Yeah, I got a little bit extra left over, so I just put it in other spots. They're just a smidgen low. I don't know. Like I said, it's just hard for me to decipher. I can feel the highs and lows, and I know this was pretty ripply. Well, you remember seeing past videos with how it was. Yeah, it was a real mess. Yeah, I don't know if this door is worse than the other one or not, but they were both a challenge. So I think it was a little bit too much for a beginner like me to start with. And but oh well, we're done. We got her, and so anyway, we'll let that dry up nice and hard, and we'll give her a sanding, and we'll proceed. We'll have to put probably more on. Well, I know we're going to be doing more. I got to do the finish coat and stuff like that yet, but yeah, it looks like I should have put some right there. I didn't. Oh well, we'll get her on the next coat. So anyway, we're making a little progress. Beautiful day in northwestern Ohio, and was out and took the four-wheeler out this morning. All the fields are off, so I could just tool around and take a look at what's going on, getting ready for snowmobile season too. So checking my areas I ride. Saw about 3 or 4 deer out there, but yeah, I got the old Tundra cleaned up. That's what I've been doing, and I wanted to get it ready for winter, and so we give her a nice wax job. Detailed it, and I'll show you the stuff I put on the vinyl. It really turned out well. I used to detail. I mean, when I first retired, you can kind of see it shine there a little bit. But I used to detail cars, but it became too difficult for me. That's a young man's job. But anyway, I did that, and I got some stuff that you just squirt on. You just spray it on there, and then you just let it dry, and boy, does it give it a nice finish. But yep, the inside is, of course, it wasn't dirty to begin with. But I am purchasing a brake controller, and it's going to go right below those 3 switches. You can kind of see the dirt. I pried this thing off because you can buy a piece there that I'll show you after I get the controller. It goes right in there. The sun's getting in that camera. And anyway, this does not. It's got the tow button, but it doesn't have a controller. So I want to get that put in there, and so that I can pull my trailer and have brakes. But I tell you what I always do too, and after I do a thorough wax like this, and I didn't polish it or anything first, I just clayed it. It's always good to clay a vehicle, especially if you let it sit or you don't know the condition of it. That gets a lot of the imperfections off of the paint. And then after I clayed it, what you should do is run a polishing compound, fine grit polishing compound over it. That'll take any more imperfections off. I did not do that, but I just used some Megwire's cleaner wax, and with a DA buffer, and did the whole thing. Took me, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours to do it. Like I said, I'm not fast. I don't have the stamina I used to have. But anyway, we took off that foldable cover. That was just too heavy for me. I just couldn't handle it. So I think maybe next spring, next summer, we're going to be getting a cap. It'll match the color of the truck, and it'll flow with the cab. And it'll be like the one that I had on my GMC. Got the side windows I can open up and things like that. But anyway, she's looking pretty today. So, but anyway, nice day. Hear the sirens off in the distance here. Must be a fire or something. Anyway, thanks for watching, subscribing. Yeah, I'll show you what I did too yesterday. Appreciate everybody subscribing, and the old snowmobile trailer was showing a lot of fade. And so yesterday I got my buffer out, I had it out, and so now that I put a polishing compound on it because I had to get the old faded paint off, and took it over it, went over it, and then I went over it with the buffer with wax. As you can see already, I repainted this trailer. I got spots right here, and there's some up there at the top. Paint's peeling off already. It's like, yeah, well, most of it's black. So, anyway, thanks for watching and subscribing, and we'll be back soon.